Have you ever caught yourself wondering, why do you look so different in photos, almost worse than in real life? Why does that picture make you feel uneasy, sometimes even ashamed? Maybe it reveals something deeper than just your appearance. Carl Jung said that nothing in our life is accidental. Every photo is not just a snapshot, it's a mirror of your subconscious. Hidden there are not only the features of your face but also your deepest fears, shadows, and hidden truths. In this video, together we will uncover the true, spiritual meaning of those awkward, sometimes even painful photos. You will learn how they can become a key to understanding yourself, your inner world. Are you ready to look deeper than just the image? Ready to embrace the power that lies within self-awareness? Then let's embark on this amazing journey. Jung talked a lot about the shadow, the part of you that you hide because you fear or are ashamed of it. It's your fears, unspoken desires, and traits that don't fit the perfect image you want to be. Now ask yourself, what if your true strength lies exactly in this shadow? Stay with us, there's much more ahead. But what if those awkward photos you hate so much are not just random shots? What if they show your hidden shadow? When you look at your photo and feel discomfort, it's not just the light or pose, it's a response from your soul. The camera captures not only your image but also what you unconsciously release into the world. According to Jung, it's a silent message from your subconscious. A hint pointing to what you've long ignored, what you're afraid to admit even to yourself. It might be a childhood insecurity still sitting deep inside. The fear of being seen as you really are. The fear of judgment. Or maybe it's that quiet self-doubt that emerges when you look at yourself from the outside. Think, why do some people radiate confidence and strength in photos, while others, even with outward beauty, look awkward, embarrassed, or lost? What stops them from being themselves, even in photos? It's not just about photogenic qualities. It's about how much you have accepted your shadow, the parts of yourself you hide or fear to show. The more at peace you are with yourself, shadows and all, the more natural and authentic you appear, even under the cold gaze of a camera. Jung spoke about individuation, the path to the true self. And on this path, you must face your own shadow face to face. You don't have to erase your flaws or pretend to be perfect. On the contrary, accept those awkward, ambiguous parts of yourself. They are your wholeness. Every failed photo is not a punishment but an invitation. An invitation to look at what you still avoid. Next time a photo surprises or upsets you, don't blame the camera or yourself. Ask, what am I really seeing? Is there sadness hiding in my eyes that I didn't notice? Does my body reveal fear I didn't want to see? Is there a part of me hiding even behind the smile? The shadow won't disappear if ignored. It heals only when we bring it to light, into consciousness. You know those photos you hate so much? Maybe they're your most honest shots, because they show not who you want to be, but who you truly are in this moment. It's not about judgment or shame, it's about compassion for yourself. Jung said, what we criticize most in ourselves is actually what we most need to understand. When a photo makes you feel uncomfortable, it's not punishment, but an opportunity. An opportunity to look inside and ask, what is this discomfort trying to tell me? Are you ready to accept your shadow, not as an enemy, but as a guide? To embrace all that is awkward, raw, imperfect? Because true beauty begins here, the beauty of authenticity and self-acceptance. And this is the first step to turning every failed photo into a powerful tool for your inner growth. Let every image become a message from your subconscious. A meditation, stop, listen. Next time you see something in a photo that you dislike, remember, it's your shadow calling you home. Your eyes are silent messages of your soul. Jung believed they aren't just windows to the soul but mirrors of your subconscious. They reveal what you truly feel, what you fear, and what you desire, even if you try to hide it. Have you ever noticed how your eyes can look completely different in photos compared to the mirror? Sometimes they seem dull, almost lifeless, as if carrying a heavy burden you don't even realize. Other times they sparkle, shining with a light that surprises even you. It's like a hint of joy or freedom you rarely allow yourself to show the world. It's not about how tired or energetic you are, but the energy you carry in that moment. Jung said this energy is the tension between your conscious self and the parts living in the shadow. When you try to be someone you're not, or fear being seen as you really are, your eyes give it away. A photo is a harsh witness to this conflict. It freezes the truth even if you aren't ready to accept it. You can smile with your lips, but if sadness or fatigue are in your eyes, the photo reveals it. That's why so many people say, "I look nothing like this in the mirror." The camera doesn't lie. It sees the gap between who you really are and who you think you should be. Carl Jung believed integration is the path to wholeness. And for this, you need to balance the hidden energies inside you. Your eyes show where that balance is lacking. If your eyes look empty or dull, maybe you refuse to accept a part of yourself. Maybe you pretend to be confident, but inside you feel anxiety or insecurity. Or you try so hard to fit others' expectations that you forget what truly enlivens your spirit. The most interesting thing is that the energy in your eyes can change dramatically when you begin accepting your true self. Even dropping the mask a little, your gaze comes alive. They start to shine with authenticity, even if your hair isn't perfect or your face isn't camera-ready. That's why the best photos are those that don't look perfect. They are real. So next time you see your eyes empty or sad in a photo, stop. Instead of shame or disappointment, ask yourself, what am I really feeling? What part of myself am I trying to hide? What truth is waiting to be seen? Jung believed our subconscious is always talking to us, often in very unexpected ways. And in the gaze of your eyes, you can find the door to deeper self-understanding. It's not about how to look better in photos. It's about truly seeing yourself. Your eyes can become your best teachers if you let them show not just the surface but the true depth. Let them reveal wounds you're ready to heal, joys you're finally ready to accept, and the light that all along waited to be noticed. This is the power of the energy in your eyes. It's not a trick of light or a camera flaw. It's the truth about who you're seeking to be embraced by. And when you begin to see this truth, you won't just look better in photos, you'll start feeling alive every moment. A smile is not just a gesture of happiness or friendliness. According to Jung, it can be a mask or a window to your soul. How you smile in a photo is not just the curve of your lips. It's what the smile hides or reveals deep within your subconscious. Have you ever looked at your smiling photo and felt, it's somehow fake? Maybe the smile looks forced, even if you genuinely tried to be happy. Here's the thing. A smile is never just a muscle movement. It's a signal from your inner world. Harmony or discord between what you feel and what you show. Jung said, the parts of us we don't accept, fears, insecurities, hidden desires, show up in the smallest details of the face. A smile that doesn't reach the eyes. Tense cheeks. A tight jaw. It's not random. It's signs of a deeper conflict. If you see a strange smile in a photo, it's not just a bad shot. It's a message from your subconscious. It says, you're trying too hard to look happy when inside it's not so. You're afraid you won't be accepted as you really are, so you're playing a role. But here's the paradox. The most beautiful smiles are imperfect. They are real. A little crooked, a little unsure, but stronger than any posed smile. Because Jung said, the real heals. So how do you find that genuine smile? It starts with finally listening to the discomfort you feel looking at bad photos. Instead of pushing them away or being ashamed, ask yourself, what was I really feeling at that moment? Was I worried how I looked? Hiding my nervousness? Pretending everything was fine when it wasn't? Carl Jung said true healing begins when we stop trying to be who we think we should be and start accepting ourselves as we are. Your smile in a photo is a map to that healing. It shows where you still hold back, where you fear vulnerability. And when you accept that, everything changes. Your smile becomes softer, more natural. It reflects not only momentary feelings but also the peace that comes from being at home in your own skin. And that kind of smile no camera can fake. So let your smile speak to your soul. Let it open doors to parts of you still learning to be seen. When your smile looks forced in photos, don't see it as failure but as an invitation. An invitation not to hide or judge yourself, but to open up a little more each time. Because the truth is, why you look bad in photos isn't really about the photos themselves. It's a journey, the path to becoming real. And every smile, even if awkward, let it be your teacher, guide, and reminder, true beauty starts from within. What's one of the first things you notice in photos? Your posture. Maybe you notice your shoulders hunched, your back stiff, your head bowed as if you're hiding from the world. But what if it's not just a physical pose? What if it's a message from your soul? Carl Jung believed the body is an expression of the subconscious. It carries the weight of your emotions, stories, hidden conflicts. When you feel discomfort with yourself, your body silently shows it. And when you are in harmony with yourself, your body radiates confidence, even if you don't realize it. In photos, your posture is a snapshot of this inner dynamic. A hunched back can reveal more than you think. It might be a feeling of defeat or worthlessness you carry inside, even if your face smiles. A stiff, tense spine is a sign you're trying to keep everything under control, even when it exhausts you. A slight tilt of the head may indicate shyness or fear of being noticed. What's striking? Most people don't even notice these subtle details in everyday life. But the camera is ruthless. It catches and freezes your body language, showing what you feel inside, not what you try to show the world. Jung would say, these moments are not reasons for shame or disappointment. They are opportunities, invitations to explore deeper parts of yourself. What's hidden behind that slouched posture? Maybe it's a lifetime lived in the shadow of feeling unworthy. Maybe fear of judgment or rejection. Or just a habit, a way to protect yourself from a world that seems too hard. And here's the strongest part. When you start seeing your posture in photos as a reflection of your inner world, real magic begins. You stop fighting with yourself outwardly, forcing yourself to stand straight or pose better. Instead, you start healing from within. You ask yourself important questions. What do I need to feel safe? To be seen? To feel at home in my body? Carl Jung taught that real change happens through integration, when all parts of you that you ignored or rejected finally unite. And when you gently allow this, your posture changes on its own. You stand taller not because you chase perfection, but because you live in harmony with who you are. And that's what the camera sees, posture rooted in authenticity, not performance. A body aligned not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually. So next time a photo makes you flinch at how you stand or sit, pause. Take a deep breath. And instead of judging yourself, listen to your body. Let that photo become a door to deeper self-awareness and gentler, more compassionate relationships with yourself. Because, ultimately, how you hold yourself in photos is how you hold yourself in life. And when you start valuing the posture of your soul, even the most imperfect photo becomes a celebration of your journey toward wholeness. Have you ever noticed that some of your photos seem to radiate a completely different energy? Warmth, glow, or even a strange emptiness? It's not about the camera or lighting. Carl Jung said that in such photos, we see more, the echo of your aura. It's an invisible field of energy that surrounds you and reveals your inner state. Your aura is not mysticism or fantasy. It's the manifestation of subtle forces shaping your true presence. It's the result of your thoughts, emotions, and unconscious beliefs. And when you're in harmony with yourself, your aura expands and radiates calm. It's this calm even a simple camera can capture. In moments of fear or doubt, your aura shrinks. Your inner world seems smaller, and your presence becomes less bright, almost muted. The camera captures only the physical, but it seems to sense this subtle energy too. That's why you can look at two photos taken minutes apart and feel a huge difference. One bright, alive, the other dull, almost lifeless. That's the echo of your aura, a reflection of what you carry inside. Carl Jung said everything in our psyche leaves a trace, even if we're unaware of our inner state. Your aura is a barely visible glow, visible even in photos. It shows in the warmth of your gaze, the openness of your face, how your body naturally flows into space. If a photo feels flat or empty to you, it's not an accident. It's a sign your energy is blocked or you're holding back. Maybe you try to be someone you're not. Or carry the burden of old fears and doubts never given space for healing. But in this awareness lies your strength. When you realize your aura shapes how you look in photos, you can start working with it. Instead of chasing perfect posing, Focus on clearing internal blocks that cloud your light. Ask yourself, which part of me feels unseen? Which part fears taking its place in this world? Carl Jung said soul healing is an act of remembering. Remembering who you truly are beneath all the masks and stories you carry. And when you do this, your aura changes. It becomes fuller, brighter, and this change reflects in everything, even the photos you take. So next time you see a photo that seems empty or lifeless, don't reject it. Take it as a message. Let it remind you of the importance of reconnecting with your energy. Breathe. Let go. Trust the light that's always been near. Because when your aura aligns with your true self, no camera can hide it. The echo of your aura is a quiet song of the soul. It waits to be heard not just in photos but every moment of your life. Look closely at your hands in photos. It seems trivial, just a gesture, a momentary movement. But for Carl Jung, even the subtlest body language is the voice of your subconscious. Your hands are how you touch the world, how you reach out, how you protect yourself, how you express what words cannot convey. In photos, the language of hands can say more than you think. Are they clenched tightly, as if holding on to something you fear to let go? Do they fidget nervously, revealing inner restlessness? Or maybe they are open and relaxed, ready for life and others? It's not just a pose or habit. Jung said our gestures are imprints of parts of us we don't fully understand yet. A hand turned inward might speak of a part of you afraid to open to the world. And even an uncertainly extended hand is a silent cry of the soul. I want to be seen. I want to be understood. When looking at your photos, pay attention to your hands. Where are they? How do they rest? This small detail can reveal your emotional state and behavioral patterns that accompany you daily. Carl Jung taught, the path to self is the path of awareness, bringing hidden patterns into the light. And hands are one of the most direct ways to do this. They are always moving, always active. They are the part of you that creates, protects, nourishes. When you see hands in photos, you see how you move through the world. But it's not about judgment or criticism. It's about curiosity and compassion. If your hands look tense or awkward in pictures, don't rush to fix them. Ask yourself, what am I holding on to? What am I afraid to let go of right now? This simple act of inquiry can change everything. It opens doors to deeper understanding of what you carry in your heart and what you're ready to release. Because when your hands relax, your whole being relaxes. You begin to show up as your true self, not only in photos but every moment of life. The language of your hands becomes a dance, a quiet conversation of the soul with the world. And even the smallest gesture in this dance is a powerful act of self-acceptance. Sometimes, looking at your photos, you feel a strange heaviness. Not just because of how you look, but because of the burden of the past. Memories and experiences shape your presence, even if you don't realize it. Carl Jung said the subconscious is a repository of all our experiences, joys and wounds. These memories live not only in consciousness but in our bodies, in our expressions, in our energy in photos. It might be heaviness in the eyes, stiffness in the shoulders, or a barely noticeable sadness in a smile. You don't always notice it. Maybe you smile trying to look happy, but the camera sees deeper. It catches the part of you still carrying old pain, the loss not fully lived. It's not a flaw. It's a reminder of how deep and real you are. We all carry layers of memory and emotion, and they don't disappear just because we want them to. Carl Jung believed true healing begins when we bring these memories into the light. Honor them. Understand them. Allow them to take their place in our story. So when you look at a photo where you see yourself not as you want but as you are, ask yourself, what old story am I still carrying? What part of me still lives in the past? This question is not about judgment. It's about liberation. Because when you start realizing how the burden of the past shapes your here and now, you begin to release what no longer serves you. And here's the miracle. Your presence begins to change. Your photos start reflecting a lighter, truer you. Not because you pose differently, but because you no longer carry that weight. So let these photos be your guides. They show not just how you look, they reveal who you become when you start